We are at 17 degrees right now, and time to check your wallet. Yeah, it's time for Faith in Finance, and Dave Drew Blazsik in the studio from Adrian College, the man with the knowledge, and we always like to tap into that knowledge. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning. I just want to know how Dave is feeling on the ship in nice weather.
I
sounds like
have
you're
to say
struggling.
this. If I wasn't just completely concerned about myself, I would really be thinking about how life is there for all of you. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought about it at all. It's fabulous here, and there are a bunch of fabulous people here. The weather is good. The presentations have been fantastic. And, of course, I miss all of you very, very much. And so, no, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been nice to be in the warm weather. But I hear a little snow is going to be waiting for me, so vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and I think I'm going to get my fill.
Yeah, you'll get home in time to shovel the driveway.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I wanted to talk about today was a couple things. Like, we don't on the show promote debt, but in our day and age, we have to get a nice home and raise a family, and most of us can't pay cash for a car. Credit score is real important. So I had some stuff to talk about a credit score. And I think it's real important, too, to talk to your kids about it, because if you talk about the importance of a good credit score, they won't go into as much debt. They won't get credit cards. They won't do stupid things when they're in college. I have a sister I always talked about credit, and she was 10 years younger, and she's really good with her credit score. And I did that at a young age with her. So
neat.
Here's a couple tips. I don't know if people know this, but you can go to annualcreditreport.com.
Really?
Once a year, you're allowed to go to that website, annualcreditreport.com, and check out your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion credit and make sure there's nothing on there that does not belong there. So you can do that once a year. You create an account, and it'll say, have you done it in the last 12 months? And you can just do it all the time. I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I have an account that checks it. Now, those accounts only checks one of those credit companies that there could be something on, say, the Equifax, and you have no clue. And that could affect you getting a house. Here's an interesting tip that people don't know. If say you found something on there, you have no clue what it was, and it's $5,000, $2,000, and you're like, this is weird. And if it's longer than 7 years, even if you don't pay it back, you can challenge it and say this is past the statute of limitation, and it automatically falls off your credit like it never existed.
But you might have to prompt them to do that, huh?
You have to go to the website, you have to prompt it, you have to dispute it, and you have to say this is longer than 7 years, and it automatically comes off.
Wow.
Now, if they took you to court, let's say you owed $10,000, then it doesn't apply. You're talking about those little charges. You're at an apartment place, you cleaned it up, and they claimed you left a bag of trash, and they charge you $150. Happened to me one time, and you found it. If it's 7 years, you could do that. Statute of limitation, I don't remember the exact law in Ohio and Michigan, but it's 4 or 5 years that they have that amount of time to collect it unless you admit that you owe the debt, and then they can collect it past that point. So you have to be careful when you talk to these people.
Well, and look, Drew, real quickly, and not to interrupt, but we just had this this bill power. I don't think it was a bill. I think President Biden just signed it, but removing medical debt associated with medical procedures and all that from credit reports.
You know, a long time ago, I had a medical thing. I had to go to the emergency room. I was a bouncer at Sean's Irish Tavern many years ago before I met my wife. And there's something that happened. I actually got hit. I had to go to the doctor emergency room, and then I found a $1,000 on my credit report that really affected me.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
So
that you didn't know about.
I didn't know about until it happened, and then that was kind of a bummer. Now, some people do have bad credit scores, and it could be very depressing for them, and they don't know how to get out of it, or how do you get good credit? Because after you have bad credit, it's hard to get good credit. I got a couple tips you can do. Is one thing you can do, and you could do this with your kids. So if they're 18 years old, you go to a credit union. I actually did this for myself, and I did it with my sister when she turned 18. You go to a bank, and it'll cost you, not cost, but you have to have $1,000. You buy a CD with it. So you put $1,000 in there, and then you use that collateral to take a $1,000 bank loan.
Oh, wow.
And it's really hard to get a bank loan, so on your credit, it looks really good. So then you get $1,000 based on that. So if you don't pay it back, they have your $1,000 is guaranteed for them. So it costs you $1,000, then they give you $1,000, and then you put that into a bank, an account, and then you pay back 8 months to a year that loan with that $1,000 you have, and at the end of the year you get your $1,000 back. So it really won't cost you anything.
Wow.
And it improves your credit score really quick. And it's good to do that to kids because then they realize at a young age that it's important not to go into debt. They understand the credit score. So that's one tip. Here's a couple things. Know your credit utilization ratio. That's if they give you a credit limit of $1,000, you want to be under 10%. Definitely under 30. That helps your credit score. So you don't want to get into debt, but you do want to show that you can make payments. And if you have some debt, and you can always ask the credit card company to increase your limit so it makes it look like your utilization rate is lower. Another one is you could become an authorized user. So what you can do is with your kids, if you have some sort of credit or whatever, you can put your 18-year-old son or 16, I think it goes to 16, on some credit cards that they can be an authorized user and it looks better for them. And it instantly helps some regard. Another one is pay twice on your credit card. Pay twice a month. And it makes your balance look like it goes down. Dispute your inaccuracies on the credit report. Don't let it go. Check it every year. You create an account with all three of those companies and you dispute them. There's a dispute button. You say, this is not mine. And they have by law to investigate it. And if they can't prove that your debt, it comes off your credit. Another one is negotiate pay for delete agreements. If you have a collections account, contact the collection agency and negotiate if you pay it off where they delete it from your credit report. They can do that. And avoid closing old accounts. It looks good if you have a 15-year-old account. Don't close it.
Okay.
Even if you don't use it, keep it open. It looks good on your credit. So when you get that house, you'll get a lower interest rate. People don't understand that couple percentage points on a home loan could cost you $500 a month.
Right.
So it's so important to do that for your family and to have a good home to raise a family.
Great tips.
Nicely
Wouldn't have
done,
thought of
sir.
those,
Very helpful.